sixth All-Star selection, 6'11" forward, Kevin Garnett.
Boston Garden last season in Philadelphia. And we're just about set. NBA season. Tim Duncan, or no, Duncan stepped in, but Yao Ming will go against Ben Wallace of the Detroit Pistons, and it's controlled by the West. Tim Duncan of San Antonio, Kevin Garnett of Minnesota opens up the scoring. Garnett, yes.
That's what makes Garnett so great. 6'11", he can play 5, 4, 3, and 2. He can guard on the perimeter. He can make a perimeter shot. He can post you. He's a matchup nightmare for any coach.
You see the deflection. Garnett always active, hands on the ball, and then Stevie Francis coming up with the missing the finish.
Garnett run into by Jordan.
Stephon Marbury bringing it up, giving a little show at the same time there. But think about Indiana's problem at the end of the season. They must re-sign Reggie Miller, Jermaine O'Neal.
Ball's knocked out of bounds by Val Mashburn in his first ever All-Star appearance. Kevin Garnett is back. He's up front with Dirk Nowitzki and Peja Stojakovic of the Sacramento King kid. Grew up with Gary Payton, one of his heroes. They both grew up in Oakland, California. Kevin Garnett, and the West leads by 1. The 39-36 lead. Here's Nash for Garnett.
You might normally look at this and say, man, they're just coming down now, firing. And that's how Dallas plays. That's what Nash is used to. Get the ball down quick, get an open shot for your teammate.
Garnett not able to finish it. And Bryant gets it back. Garnett.
Oh, my goodness, a bounce pass. A bounce pass from Kobe, then led to a dunk.
Up close and personal with Kevin Garnett. Garnett with 8 points now in his 13 minutes of play.
And then got a player like Mashburn who knocks it down for you in the end.
That's what makes the NBA special, Jim.
And here comes the West. Payton locked it for Garnett.
Kevin Garnett turned to Michael Jordan and pointed, basically saying thank you for moving out of the way, because he very easily could have wound up by accident underneath Garnett's legs and taken him out from under him as he were up for the lob.
Kevin Garnett, the first to hit double figures. He has 10 points.
Means that much to him.
And it has been a frustrating start for Michael Jordan. And this is 13th and final All-Star game. Beautiful lob here. Payton to Garnett. 248 points in his All-Star career. That moves him past Oscar Robertson into second place. Kevin Garnett shows the touch. Jordan now off on that three-point attempt. Garnett is ahead of the field. Tracked and seen, went behind the back instead. Duncan for Garnett. So the West up by 3. Kevin Garnett is the high point man with 14. And the East at 37%. Kevin Garnett leading the West with 14, and Dirk Nowitzki with 9. Jason Kidd becomes a free agent July 1st. He's been ducking the issue, but yesterday, although Garnett hits again, although Kidd pointed out how happy he is.
That is not true. We actually had to walk back the entire...
Garnett trying to strip McGrady, and he's called for the reach-in. Let's send it over to Cheryl.
He's not a household name, but he runs the floor extremely well in transition. Him and Jermaine O'Neal really run the floor. He was on a nice...
Meanwhile, we have Kevin Garnett just having an outstanding game. 9 for 15 from the floor, 18 points, 7 rebounds in 25 minutes.
Oh, what a pass! They wanted something else. Just picked up and shooting in the second half. Nowitzki not able to hit from downtown, but Kevin Garnett is there. So Garnett with 20.
Allen Iverson was caught on the back of a much bigger Western.
So Michael has been blocked twice, once by Shaq, once by Kobe. Garnett gets inside.
But see, that's what I think he loves about it. Is
that you up the ante in the All-Star game and play. Garnett throws it down. Up the ante in the All-Star game.
Garnett and Duncan are so fundamental. They have a hard time playing in a game that's so scattered, but they are finishing in the lane.
McGrady putting the move on Garnett. Garnett got a piece of his first 7. He's 8 for 15 since then. Garnett blocked from behind, but a foul.
Nice job that time of throwing the ball right back to the top of the circle. They had a high-low situation. Tim Duncan saw Garnett sealing his man on his back. Garnett wanted the ball go back to the
field. He is 24 points. It's a 6-point lead for the East. The stars for the East, Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson. As we start thinking about the MVP possibilities, Kevin Garnett has led the West. Per game. 26 for Garnett.
And what do we do?
Rebounded by O'Neal. O'Neal blocked from behind by Kobe Bryant.
He's going for the win.
2.5 remaining in OT. Garnett.
We'll see Steve Francis throw back into Garnett, who has the size advantage over the top of McGrady. He lifts up and hits that little 10-foot baseline jump.
Not able to hit. Francis to the crossover, rejected by Jermaine O'Neal. And Jim Clark calls it against the West.
It came from Kevin Garnett and knocks Jason Kidd away from the ball he was going after. First, Steve Francis challenged him. I think, actually, Rick Adelman wanted the ball to go to Kobe Garnett. They wanted to play two-man game with Kobe. But then right at the end, there's the right arm that shoves him off. That's where it loses.
35-128. The East, though, has scored 8.
I've got to go to Duncan against McGrady or Garnett against whoever's guarding him. They've been the two most efficient players.
And Garnett is forced to take a timeout, avoiding the 5-second inbounding violation.
How about that? How many times the guy inbounding the pass to take another timeout?
The defensive intensity has
For a second, he pointed to the official because
for Michael, Vince Carter is back. Here's Garnett. Draws the foul. It counts. It's on Carter, and Garnett to the line.
if I was Isaiah Thomas right now, I'd really, they're warmed up, they're active, you're bringing a couple guys in cold, you're very small right now. This could be a quick 8-zip, 9-0 burst for the Western Conference to start this next overtime.
And because there's no power forward on the floor, Garnett or Duncan, whoever Wallace isn't guarding, is going to have an obvious mismatch. Just what happened down there for the three-point play. Garnett scored over Vince Carter.
31 for Garnett. The backcourt with Garnett, Duncan, and Marion on the front line. Garnett over Carter.
Vince Carter has no chance in that matchup. Garnett's 7 feet. He has a high release. They have no double team schemes in. No chance to stop Kevin Garnett down the post.
Wild shot by Carter. The West up by 5 with just over 1 minute gone by in the second overtime. West at one stretch had a 7-point lead in the first overtime. They double up on Garnett, forces, and hits. He is on fire.
Has the size advantage over Vince Carter. Certainly went to work on him. First steps through to get some space and then shoots it right up over the top of him there. And then they go right back again into the post, clear the side of the floor. They got the other high man Duncan up top. Step back. He's got a lot of room to look over the top of Vince Carter. Free.
Garnett drawing the double team. And now again one-on-one with Carter. Iverson. Oh, he's clobbered from behind. And he'll go to the line. Kevin Garnett helping up Allen Iverson. That's 3 on Garnett.
Iverson sees the opening, goes to the basket immediately, trying to attack the rim, hoping to get fouled, stop the clock, put points on the board by going to the foul line.
45 with 1 minute remaining in the second overtime. To Kobe, a lob for Garnett. Then Wallace lost sight of the ball. Kevin Garnett with 37 points.
Tonight, the star of stars was Kevin Garnett. 37 points, 9 rebounds, 5 steals, 3 assists, and he's going to tell you that it was really his teammates that did it for him, because that's the kind of a competitor he is. MVP, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin, there are a lot of things we can talk about in the wake of a game like this, but strictly from a personal standpoint, for you to be added to the list of the legends who have been the MVP of the All-Star game, put that in words for me.
No, I can't. I think everybody enjoyed the game. Like Commissioner said, it was a great play. It was a great game just on the basis of this being Michael and very, very emotional game. And like I said, I couldn't have done none of this without my teammates. So I just want to thank the coaching staff and the rest of the Western All-Stars.
At halftime in the ceremony that honored Michael, he looked at you bunch of players and said he felt like it was in good hands, that he was basically passing the torch to you. What is the responsibility in your mind?
I think the responsibility falls not only on one single individual. I think, as you see what's behind me, we're in great shape with guys like Tim Duncan, AI, Stephon. The league is full of guys who can carry it, but I think it's going to be a group effort, and I think it's one challenge that we all look up to.
Finally, what is your message for Michael tonight on a night when everybody was thinking about MJ's final appearance here?
Finally be bald head.
Ladies and gentlemen, the MVP of the All-Star game, Kevin Garnett. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Ernie. 9 of his 37 coming in the second overtime. 17 of 24 from the field. Incidentally, 155 points scored by the West. The most points ever scored by a team in All-Star history.